catchphrase right there.
I don't have one. I don't know what to tell you. I guess that's where I'm a little boring. He's the more entertainment part. I'm just the by the books, make sure everyone does what they're supposed to while they're here, if that makes sense.
Whoop! I just look concerned. Whoop! Hi, I'm Chef Alejandro Najar. I'm the executive chef here at the Butcher Cellar.
And I'm Alyssa Osinga. I'm the chef de cuisine here at the Butcher Cellar.
And today we're gonna make our most popular dish, the crab cake. This dish best represents the Butcher Cellar just because it really resembles not just what Butcher Cellar is, but how I cook and how she cooks. We kind of like to mesh a bunch of flavors together. So the crab cake is very like Eastern coastal kind of vibes, and then you get this sauce that's very Tex-Mex. It feels very like, it kind of feels like you're eating like tacos or like enchiladas in a way.
It's something that's on our menu all time of the years, but we're constantly evolving and changing it based off the seasons and what's local and what we have access to. Currently, we're doing it with, local corn, poblanos, those kinds of things to keep it light in the summertime era.
All right, guys, so we're gonna make the crab cakes. We're gonna start doing the wet batter stuff first. So we're gonna go in with 1 whole egg, a little bit of Worcestershire, or however you say it, it doesn't matter. Duke's mayonnaise, lemon juice, a tiny bit of miso paste, sriracha, just for some heat, a little bit of Dijon. Once the wet is mixed, we're gonna go ahead and add your jumbo lump crab. You can use any kind of crab you want, imitation, jumbo lump, king crab if you got the money, I would do that. So add in your crab, which has been drained, dried, all that stuff. And then we're gonna add in your lemon zest, and you're gonna go ahead and add in your breadcrumb. I hate when I go and get crab cakes that's all bread. It kind of feels like you're eating like meatloaf at that point. And we wanted to really limit that. We messed around with different textures and flavors, and miso is kind of thick, so it kind of helps it. Mayonnaise is a little thick, so it helps bind it too. Something about this dish that diners never see or realize is how much process and patience goes into this. We are making everything in scratch. I'm like, if we could make the bread crumbs in scratch, like in-house, we will. It's not just throwing things together and hoping for the best. It's like
it takes a
2
lot
hours.
of love. Yeah,
it takes
a lot of love and thought process. It's not just putting food on a plate for us. It's about how can this be an experience with food at the end of the day.
Yeah, this crab cake evolved just because we didn't traditionally open up with a crab cake, but like, we're a steakhouse. We feel like people wanted that. We wanted to be able to offer everything to anybody. So if you came in here and you couldn't find anything, something was wrong with you. We always have the same basis of the crab cake, and then we just change it. Like, we are constantly getting awesome produce, and whatever is available that the farmers have that day or that week or that month, we take, and that separates us from the majority of the restaurants here in town. Now we form it. We're shooting for about a 3.5 ounce ball. What we do is we kind of just like layer them up like this, just so they can kind of absorb some of that breadcrumb as well. And then we'll do this nice little like shimmy to help form them a little bit, so that way they look a little more uniform. We kind of like the uniform here, so that way there's some consistency. And there's the crab cake.
Waco kind of chose us, essentially. We wanted to be a part of something to grow with the community, not have our feet somewhere that already has something, and how can we help give more to the community and bring more things here. So being in the fact that we're in between Austin and Dallas, it was what can we do that can be so different from everybody else to kind of make ourselves a destination point and be the reason why people are coming here to Waco. Let's go ahead, I'm getting the pan on heat. You're gonna oil your pan. You don't want too much because you don't want to deep fry it, but you want enough so it doesn't stick to the pan. Thankfully, Maiden does all that hard work for you, so you don't have to worry about it too much. I'm gonna go ahead and let that get hot. While that gets hot, we're gonna go ahead and pull one of our sauce pots and go ahead and start heating up our poblano cream. It gives you a little bit of that Tex-Mex flair for the steakhouse. You can see that there's some smoke coming up, so you don't want it to be too smoking, so it's perfect to drop. I would say about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Get a good hard sear on your first side, because when you're transferring it into the oven, it'll finish off getting the nice golden brown color that you're looking for. Using the stainless Clad in general when it comes to cooking crab cakes is just great all around, because you are guaranteed to get that beautiful sear and without it sticking to the pan. It's also great for our employees, when it comes to the teaching process and showing them how crab cake should be seared and taught, and it gives them a great product to use to actually cook thoroughly and appropriately and accurately when it comes down to making the dish at the end of the day. They don't deteriorate over time, so it's something that you're constantly getting consistency, and that's like one of the #1 things you need in a kitchen is having consistency, and Maiden gives you that. We're gonna go ahead and go grab our succotash. It's got corn, poblanos, zucchinis, onions. Get that all mixed up with your garlic and your shallot. You're then going to add your tomatoes. These are already charred blitz tomatoes. You're just adding to get them re-hot again. You still want some firmness to them, with some of them having some of the like sogginess. No one likes a complete soggy tomato. I'd say in the oven for about 10 minutes at 400. So then we're gonna go ahead and go over here, and this is where we can start our plating. So you see you're getting all of your nice goldenness all around. Should be hot completely through the crab cake. So to make this a little fun for the guest experience, and also our food runners and our servers, we like to make this a little table side action. So you're doing most of the plating here. The sauce will go on the side and get poured table side. And then we use local microgreens from a lady that does this all out of her backyard, and we just finish them off with that to make it a little bit pretty. This is our crab cake dish, which is our most popular dish here at the Butcher Cellar in Waco, Texas.
What I want the diners to experience when they take that first bite of crab cake is just luxurious awesomeness. I feel like crab cakes are just typically just the crab cake and then sauce on the side. Went back and forth of like, should it be an entree, should it be an appetizer? So we just caved in and was like, we're doing an entree. A lot of the menu items that we have on here represents just what we love to do, whether it's Asian food, whether it's Midwest food, or now Texas kind of style food. You wouldn't typically get here in Waco. We just try to put our heart and soul in all of it.